Good morning, friends, and welcome to Spirit Play. I'm so glad to be with you today. How are you doing? It's a brand new year. Wow, that's so exciting. Are you ready for class to begin today? Me too. Welcome, 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 welcome. It's time to say hello now, hello now, hello now. It's time to say hello now to all of our friends. Good morning, friends. I'm Sarah, and I'm your teacher today. You all know each other at home, so you probably don't need to say your names unless you chose a new name just to be silly. Then go ahead and introduce yourself to one another. I'm really glad to be here with you today. Shall we light our chalice and get going? Remember to say the words with me if you remember. We light this chalice as a symbol of our faith, the light of truth and the warmth of love. And now it's time for our peace greeting. Get ready to say it back to me. I offer you peace. I offer you friendship. I offer you love. I see your beauty. I hear your needs. I honor the wisdom in you. Come, let us wonder together. Oh, friends, I can't wait. I can't wait till we get to be all together again. It's still going to be a long time. Hey, remember to send some joys and sorrows to Michelle at church. Have your mom and dad send them an email. Or anybody else in your family can send her an email too and tell us your joys and your sorrows. I have a joy today because I cleaned my sheets today and my bed's all fuzzy and warm now and all smells really yummy. So that's a joy that I have today. And I have a sorrow because I hurt myself on the snow. So I had an owie. And I miss you. Are we ready for our story? Today is a good story. Today is a story about a little boy who is just about your age. He was 4 years old, almost 5. Let's see what he's doing today. I don't see a little boy yet. I wonder where this is. What else is in here? I think we found our little boy. We did. His name is Theodore Parker. And this is Theodore's house and the farm that he lived on. He lived here in Massachusetts with his mother and his father and his 10 older brothers and sisters. 10! Theodore lived on the farm, and every day his father would walk through the farm and see all the animals. Theodore was 4, almost 5, and so he wanted to go with his father to walk and to see the farm. Every day they went, he walked a little faster and a little better with his father. They would leave the house and walk by the chickens, who scratched in the dirt with their strong, strong toes and clucked, and the rooster would cry, "Cock-a-doodle-doo," when Theodore and his father walked by. They would keep going right by the cows with their brown eyes, and they would stop and look at Theodore and his father when they went by. Well, they chewed and chewed the grass. Theodore and his father would walk by the tall fields of corn with the tassels high and blowing in the wind. They would walk by the pond where dragonflies flew and little frogs would jump in, kersploosh, kersplash, into the pond. And they would walk by the sheep, who said "Bah," as Theodore and his father walked by. One day as they were walking, Theodore's father went in to look at a sheep. Theodore was bored. He decided to put rocks in little piles. But when he was done doing that, his father was still looking at a sheep. So he was very bored. So he found a rock and jumped off and climbed up and jumped off and climbed up and jumped off, over and over and over. When Theodore was done doing that, his father was still looking at the sheep. And so he was very, very bored. Theodore found a stick, and he drew in the ground, in the dirt, with his stick. But when he was done, his father was looking at a different sheep. Theodore asked his father, "Father, can I go home, please?" His father took a look at him. Theodore stood up straight because he was 4, almost 5 years old. And his father said, "It's a long way home, and the path is windy and twisty at times." Theodore said, "I won't get tired. I know the way." And his father said, "Okay, off with you then." And so Theodore started on the path. He walked by the sheep, who said "Bah" as he passed. He walked past the pond, where the frogs went kersploosh, kersplash, but then he turned around and went back. He saw something different today. Sitting on a rock was a little striped turtle, enjoying the sun and the good summer weather. Theodore had seen other boys hit animals with sticks before, squirrels and lizards, but Theodore was too little and too slow. He could never hit an animal, but this turtle looked too slow to run away. Theodore raised his stick, and he was just about to hit the turtle when he heard a voice that said, "It is wrong." Theodore stopped with his stick in the air. "Wrong," the voice said. Theodore dropped his stick and looked around. Whose voice was it? It wasn't his father's voice. It wasn't his mother's voice. It wasn't the voice of any of his 10 brothers or sisters. It wasn't the voice of a neighbor or a friend. Theodore ran home. He ran past the corn with the tassels high and blowing in the wind. He ran past the cow, who stopped chewing the grass to look at him with its soft brown eyes. He ran past the black and white chickens, and the rooster crowed and said, "Cock-a-doodle-doo!" And Theodore ran and ran all the way back to his house and to his mother. And he ran right into her arms. And he told her all about the turtle and the stick and the voice. Who was that? He asked his mother. His mother said that some people call that the voice of your conscience, but I call it the voice of God. She told Theodore, that voice is with you all the time, helping you to know what's right and what's wrong. It's very quiet down in the deep of your heart. If you listen to this voice, it will get louder and louder, and it will tell you what to do, and you will be able to be kind. If you don't listen to that voice, it will get softer and softer and softer till you might not be able to ever hear it again. Even when I'm 5, said Theodore to his mother. Yes, the voice will speak to you even when you're 5, his mother said. Even when I'm 6, he said. His mother laughed. Even when you're 6 and 7 and 56 and 57, that voice will still stay with you your whole life. Well, Theodore grew up. He became 5 and 6 and 7, and when he grew up, he became a Unitarian minister. Theodore listened to that voice in his heart every day, and every day it grew a little louder, and he grew a little more confident. He grew up to make big changes and call on other people to listen to their voice, to make the world a better place. I wonder, friends, what was the most or the best part of this story this morning? What do you think was the most important part of this story today? Friends, if you were someone or something in this story today, who or what would you be? Friends, is there any part of this story that we could leave out and still have all the story we need? Oh, friends, what an interesting story today. With a father and a mother and Theodore and a voice that saved the little turtle. It's time for work time to play with this story and to see what's true in this story today. You can do your activities now and pause this video. Come back to it when you're finished and we'll end our class together. Have a good time. Oh, friends, what kind of work or drawing or playing did you do to wonder about and work with this story today about Theodore Parker, who was just about your age? It's time for our class to be done for today. Let's unlight our chalice. Though we extinguish the light of this chalice here, we know that the light of truth and the warmth of love go with us in our hearts. Go now in peace. Go now in peace. May the Spirit of love surround you everywhere, everywhere you may go. Go now in peace. Go now in peace. May the Spirit of love surround you everywhere, everywhere you may go. Goodbye, friends. I'll see you next time.